Hello, and welcome to the Box to Blackboard integration demo. Today, we're going to be going over a new Blackboard building block that adds functionality for integrating with Box. The new functionality includes an offline sync, a new mashup, and a content handler. Our building block uses OAuth 2.0 for security and login with Box. We're going to go over these new features and show you step by step so you can see them firsthand. So let's migrate over to our Blackboard instance. The first new feature we're going to go over is offline box sync. Offline box sync is available for courses and organizations. We, however, are not going to go over the installation and configuration of this building block as it comes with a very in-depth user guide when installed. So first, let's check out courses for offline sync. We're going to navigate over here to our course, and we're going to add in a new tool link. We're going to give this tool link a name, and we're going to give it a type of box sync. We're also going to make it available to all users. You can see that it added this new URL to the list, and we can click that to navigate to the page. You'll notice that when we come to this page, there's already a mapping configured for you. This mapping is the root level of your course. So if we were to sync to Box by clicking this button, we'll get a loading dialog. And once it's complete, we'll get a success confirmation message. So now we can navigate over to our Box page, and we can see that there's a new folder created. This folder has the same name as our course, and as you can see, it has the files and has the subdirectory structure underneath. So let's go back and look at the configuration portion of this. We can go down to Course Tools. There's this new option for Box Sync Config. When we navigate over to this page, you'll notice that the default mapping is available to be removed, or we can add a new mapping. We're going to add a new mapping. You only have one thing to choose, and that's your course folder. So let's click this button, and you can see that we're now at the root level of our course. We could, however, navigate up and choose a different course if we decided, or we could choose a subdirectory, which we'll do in this case. So we're going to select this folder, hit Submit, and hit Submit here. You'll notice that the configuration page now has two items underneath. So let's navigate back to our Box Sync page, and you'll notice that that second item has been added to the list here. So now we have the option to sync to Box individually per item, or we could click Sync All to Box here at the top to have all of our folders sync simultaneously. So we're just going to sync this new folder real fast. We'll get the same dialog. And if we navigate back to our Box page, we can click to that new subdirectory, and you'll notice this V2 here. This V2 represents that the version 2 of the document has been uploaded. Instead of deleting your documents, we actually upload separate versions per sync. That way you always keep each instance of your document. So now let's go check out how this works for an organization. We're going to navigate over to our organization. And in the exact same way that we added this tool for a course, we're going to add it the same way here. So let's click Tool Link. We're going to give it a name, type of box sync, and we'll also make it available to all users. If we now navigate to this new page, you'll notice that unlike courses, there is no default mapping here. That is because you are required to configure default mappings, so we're going to do that now. Let's go to our organization tools, Box Sync Config, and we're going to add a mapping. You'll notice that unlike course configuration, there's an additional option here. You have to choose a course ID. So let's go ahead and do a search for some courses, and we're going to choose one of our courses. Hit Submit, and now, like the course, we're going to navigate for a folder. I'm actually going to choose the organization folder, and we'll hit Submit, Submit here, and you'll notice that now we have a new mapping in our table. This mapping does show a little bit more information, the course ID and course name that you selected, along with the folder that you selected. So now when we navigate back to our organization box sync, we have that exact same table with that extra information. So let's go ahead and sync the box. We get the same dialog and message, and we'll head back to our box page. You'll notice now that there's a new folder created with the name of the course that we selected. But underneath that course is the actual content of the folder that we selected from the organization. So you see all of our information was uploaded. We're now going to navigate back and check out the new mashup functionality. To do that, we're going to navigate to our course. And over in the left here, we're going to select the content section. To add in a new mashup, we're going to go to this build content and create a new item. We're going to give this item a name. And down here in this text editor, you'll see a mashups button with a drop down. We're going to hit the down arrow, and you'll see an option for a box mashup. We're going to go ahead and click that, and you'll notice that there's a select from box button here. So when we click this, it actually brings you over to box, and you can select a file that you would like to share through your course. So we're going to select this file here. We're going to hit submit. And you're going to notice it adds a URL into your text editor. So once we hit submit here, you'll notice that the content section is now available with a link to the file that we just grabbed from Box. If you were to click this link, it would actually open it up in the Box viewer and you would be able to see it there. If you wanted to be able to embed the Box view or see multiple files or folders, we added in a new content handler. So to do that, we're going to go under Build Content, and we're going to select Box Content. We're also going to give this a name. We'll give it a description. And there's also the Select from Box button here. So let's go ahead and click this. We'll get the same dialog we did before, but we're able to select a folder now. So let's select the folder we uploaded before, click Choose, and then we'll hit Submit here. You'll now notice that there's an option for your box content. In order to view this, we're going to actually turn Edit Mode off and navigate over to this box content. You'll notice that once we pass the authentication, that there's an embedded box view, and we're actually able to navigate and view the files and folders of what we just shared. That ends our demo of the new Box to Blackboard integration. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.